for once, Angel Reese was actually picking on somebody her own size. Now, if I was to take bets in this, NaLyssa Smith versus Angel Reese, I'm putting all of my $2.47. I'm putting all of that on NaLyssa Smith. All right, I'm not sure it would be even close.
When Angel Reese used her typical intimidation tactics on Smith during the Sky vs. Wings game, nobody saw what was coming. Instead, Smith flipped the script and served Reese a slice of humble pie, leaving the Chicago forward visibly stunned. The technical fouls were just the beginning of what turned into the most embarrassing night of Reese's season. NaLyssa Smith gave Reese the biggest reality check of her career. You know that moment when someone finally stands up to the playground bully? That's exactly what happened here. Let's move on, Nicole Smith, if you really believe that Reese just needs to walk away. During this game, NaLyssa Smith was defending Angel Reese with calm, relentless energy. And man, you know you're not ready when NaLyssa Smith is out here blocking your shot. People's Angel? You cooked her last year. But this time? Reese walked onto that court in Dallas wearing that trademark smirk, probably thinking she'd found another opponent to intimidate. The Chicago Sky forward had perfected her physical play style, getting in faces, talking trash, watching players back off. But when she locked eyes with NaLyssa Smith, something felt different. Smith stared back with a calm, collected confidence that should have been Reese's first warning. This all started when NaLyssa Smith went for a rebound and Angel gave her a shove, then had the nerve to complain to the referee. Honestly, I don't even blame Angel, because this season, the refs have been letting people get away with all kinds of shoving. When Reese delivered a hard foul and shoved Smith again, most players would have taken it and moved on. But Smith had something to say, and whatever it was lit Reese up like a Christmas tree. You could literally see the moment her mind switched from basketball to confrontation. Her jaw tightened, shoulders straightened, and she walked towards Smith like she owned the space around the rim. Reese and the Chicago squad were both slapped with technical fouls, and after a solid defensive play, the vibe between both teams started to shift. DJ hit a pass to Smith, right in our line of sight, through zero daylight, and the speed and precision of it was insane. When Smith and Reese stood face to face, things officially got interesting. Smith didn't back up an inch when Reese tried her puff chest, aggressive body language routine. Smith just stood there, cool as ever, looking almost bored by the theatrics, while Reese became more and more animated. Smith's calm and collected attitude likely drove Reese crazy. That's the same energy we saw when NaLyssa Smith was locking her down, blocking shots. Angel, you cooked her last year, remember? What changed this time? Was it the Indiana Fever logo on the jersey? Or was it another player on that team who made you think, oh, that number 22, I really want to get her? Maybe that's what made it personal. Because let's be honest, Angel hasn't been doing much in these games against Dallas. Maybe NaLyssa Smith just got tired of being turned into a meme. Maybe every off-season, Smith said to herself, next time I play her, I'm not letting her cook me again. The crowd felt the shift too, the fun atmosphere evaporated. Suddenly it was drama time. Phones were up, people standing, the tension electric. Yet Smith's teammates didn't even pull her back, because they knew she could handle herself. And honestly, I'm not sure Angel really wanted to take it to a physical level, because let's be real, NaLyssa Smith might actually be a bit more masculine in her energy. And when it came to flexing last night, NaLyssa Smith really showed out. She went 6 for 12 from the field in 27 minutes, dropped 20 points, and had 3 blocks. That wasn't her first rodeo with Reese either. These two had been jawing since Reese's rookie season, when Smith was still with Indiana. Their rivalry had been simmering all year, but earlier confrontations were brief, broken up quickly. Not this time. With cameras rolling and a full crowd watching, Reese couldn't just walk away without losing face. Angel Reese kept shoving NaLyssa Smith, and both of them were getting into it. Reese was trying to play peacemaker. Courtney Vandersloot had no idea what was happening. What made this moment so satisfying was that Reese realized, live and in real time, that she picked the wrong target. Her whole persona depends on players backing down, handing her that psychological edge she craves. But when Smith didn't play along, you could literally see Reese's confidence pop like a balloon. Her whole body language changed, from predator to confused prey, in 30 seconds. And if you forgot, even last season, these two were at each other's throats. Through the entire year, they kept having moments. And when refs tried to break this one up, even they were like, don't, just don't. Because both players wanted that smoke. This is a rivalry, make no mistake. Refs gave them both technicals, as expected. But walking away from the mess, only one player looked like they won the mental battle, Smith. She returned to her post like she just swatted a fly. Reese? She carried the look of someone who just learned a hard truth about herself. Even the commentators noticed. One pointed out that Smith looked sharper physically and was reading plays defensively, while questioning whether Reese had any self-awareness after going 3 for 12. This moment revealed more than two players going at it. It showed what happens when someone finally calls out the behavior everyone else has been too scared to challenge. That glimmer of hope we saw, the idea that Reese could finally settle into a team role, rebound, distribute, and stop jacking up bad shots, was short-lived. What made NaLyssa Smith different from everyone else who's dealt with Reese? Simple, she had history. She wasn't about to let some second-year player punk her on national television. Smith entered the league already knowing how Reese operated. Their rivalry dated back to when Reese was still finding her footing and Smith was already known as someone who didn't mess around. Smith reads plays like a pro, and defensively, Chicago had no answer. What made this whole situation even better was that after Reese tried to intercept the ball, she and NaLyssa Smith started jawing again. Remember, Smith used to play for Indiana Fever, the team that drafted Caitlin Clark, the same team Reese has been badmouthing all season. When there's that kind of emotional connection, every moment becomes personal. That night, Smith wasn't just defending herself, she was defending her franchise. Isn't that what fans want to see, Angel? Are you really going to let NaLyssa Smith call you out like that? Go fight her, then. Why are you hiding behind your teammates? We even got a perfect baseline camera angle of that minor scuffle. There's more history here than most fans realize. Angel, you got that gold lion from the magician, so put it to use. That's what you're supposed to do. Smith had clearly had enough of Reese's drama queen routine. Every moment this season had been building toward that face-off, and you could see it in Smith's eyes. Unlike other players who approached Reese with caution, Smith brought no hesitation. Don't forget, Smith treated every game like it was personal. And until the starters got benched, that meant Angel. Reese finished the game with just 4 points and 5 rebounds. NaLyssa Smith? She had 14 points before leaving with an injury after just 19 minutes. Indiana Fever still won comfortably, and Caitlin Clark dropped 31 points, with 14 shots and 12 assists. After the Olympic break, Clark was on another level. Let's talk about Smith's defense. Commentators noted she was studying Reese's movements like a chess match, reading plays, not guessing. She blocked shots, clogged passing lanes, and made Reese miserable on offense. The contrast between them was stark. Reese spent the night trying to stir drama and grab attention. Smith, meanwhile, had clearly studied her opponent and came prepared to break her rhythm. While Reese struggled her way to 4 points and 5 rebounds, looking like she needed a nap more than a fight, Smith was all business. In just 19 minutes, she scored 14 and dominated on defense. The numbers don't lie. Angel might still strut and talk her talk, but at the end of the day, even going 4 for 13 can't hide the fact she got exposed. Smith's Indiana roots give this whole confrontation extra weight. She learned from that organization what real professionalism looks like. Watching someone like Reese disrespect that standard? It hits differently. The best part of Smith's performance was that even though Reese had owned her in past matchups, Smith adjusted. She learned. That's what real competitors do. They evolve. She wasn't just standing up for herself, she was standing up for every baller who believes the game should be played right. Smith embodies what many fans have been waiting for, a player who matches Reese's intensity without the drama. And you're not seeing Angel chasing after her either. This wasn't one of those fake brawls. It was two pros staring each other down, and one proving she's ready. When Smith blocked Reese's shot and outplayed her on both ends, she made a loud and clear statement. What's most beautiful about Smith's game is how naturally it came. No antics. No drama. Just basketball. And that was more powerful than anything Reese said all night.